Hello everyone, Emp here bringing you another Node.js tutorial. This is going to be part 2 of our revisit of the login server. In this part we're going to actually respond to the login, which we hadn't done before, and show the profile and use sessions to help us with that. So first thing we've got to do is include our session stuff. And for file store, require session file store. Then over here we have to say server.use session, and we need session over here too because we have to initialize it with session. Session name is just login. Secret is something we use for encryption stuff. Basically, all you have to do is put in some random characters. Save uninitialized true, resave true, and store new file store. Okay. Now, in order to actually check our credentials, I'm going to make a wrapper around our secret.json. So I'm going to create a new JS file, and I'll call it secretwrapper.js. And I'm going to get fs, the file system, and I'm going to say var path equals dir name plus secret.json. Then we're going to say var current users equals try JSON of fs.read file sync path. Now, what is try JSON? That's something we're going to write here, a function. Function try JSON of string. And we're going to say try. This is just basically to avoid getting a random JavaScript error in the middle. So we're going to try to say result JSON.parse string. We're going to return the result if we got it, or if we have to catch an error, we're going to return false. So in this case, we're going to say if current users equals false, then we're going to just log that we had an error reading it. Then, well, all we need right now is the ability to check credentials. We're going to need to be able to add users and change avatars later. But for right now, we're just going to do function check creds username password, and we're going to say var info equals current users dot users of username. And once again, just like before in our previous login server, if we don't have a username matching that, then it will be undefined. So we're going to say if info does not equal undefined, and password equals info.password, then we're going to return true. True. Otherwise, we're going to return false, saying no, we have bad credentials. And then we have to actually export this so that our server can use it. So we're going to just say module.exports equals check creds, just like that. And in server, we need to create a new require here. Var secret equals require secret wrapper.js. Okay. And all of this is leading up to our server.post here. So we're going to say server.post login, because that's what we're doing with our post form in login.pug. Function request response. We're going to say var user equals request.body, which is where all your form data is going to be stored. Dot login box, because that's what we called it in login.pug. Var password equals dot body dot pw box. If secret dot check creds user password, then we have a good one. We're going to say rec dot oops, not not that. We're going to say rec dot session. There we go. Session dot user equals user. Actually, we can't do this right here because we'll end up with problems. What we have to do is we have to do rec dot session dot regenerate function, and now we can set it rec dot session dot user equals user, and we're going to delete rec dot session dot login error if it exists. If it doesn't exist, that won't do anything, so it's fine. And then we're going to res dot redirect to the profile page because you logged in. Else, we are going to rec dot session dot regenerate a different way. And we're going to say rec.session.loginError equals true. And we're going to delete rec.session.user if we have one. And then we're going to res.redirect back to the login page. Okay. Now let's do our profile. In order to do this, I'm going to create some middleware. I'm going to create a function right here called require login. And it's going to get a request, a response, and the next thing to do. So we're going to say if request.session.user. So if it exists, basically, we're just going to go on to the next one. So we have checked and see that we are logged in. Else, what we're going to do is we are going to do res.redirect redirect to the login page. Now we have to make our profile page because otherwise when we try to go there, it'll complain. So, but that's going to be really simple. It's going to be server.get profile with a slash function request res. And in our profile.pug, we have a name. So what we're going to do is we're going to give that name there, res.render profile. And then we're going to give it the object which says name is rec.session.user. Now, normally this doesn't have the check in here. So in order to put my middleware check in there for require login, I just have to put it before in a list right here. So I'm going to say require login first here. And then this function right here is quote the next one. And so when I call next over here, it will go ahead and move on to this, but only in that case. Otherwise, it'll redirect instead. Okay, let's try it out and see how it goes. I'm going to navigate to my tutorials. Okay, npm start. Login server listening on port 3000. There we are. I'm going to try emp and password. And it says emp. Oh my, it looks like we forgot to do one thing in our profile, which was to make this a paragraph. There we go. Let's try that now. There it goes. It says welcome app. So this part works now. So next up, we're going to create a way to sign up and create new users. But that'll be the next part of the tutorial. I hope you enjoyed this one.